Hey, stunning people. My name is Beane, and welcome to the Salt Lick Sessions. Our next artist is from a small town in Iowa, but she's packing up and taking her band on the road. There's no end in sight for how far she can go. This is Elizabeth Moen.
Now as he eat, don't think of the one you love. On the street, don't look at the sky above. Hey, there's no one home, so don't expect nothing, 'cause nobody wants a lonely heart. Now like a dog, he's homeless and can't be sleeping. Like a log, he knows that he's best off keeping out of sight. So don't expect nothing, 'cause nobody wants a lonely heart. In the door, there's nobody coming through anymore, but I'm looking through it too. Some other way, but don't expect nothing, 'cause nobody wants a lonely heart. Now as he eats, don't look at the one you love. And on the street, don't look at the sky above. Hey, there's no one home, so don't expect nothing, 'cause nobody wants a lonely heart.
Elizabeth Moen.
Beane.
Live and in the flesh.
Yes,
Not just
I'm
on my
here.
screen.
Hi.
You
Hello.
are. You're here. You're physical. You
Yes.
sound incredible.
Thank
It is
you.
really a joy to hear you live. Have you been making music and creating since you were young?
I learned guitar in middle school. I taught myself guitar. And I was
Cool.
always singing like in choir and show choir. But it wasn't
Classic.
until college, my senior year of college, I wrote a song. It was called Songbird. And then once I graduated a few months later, I did not do what I studied. And I just started booking gigs.
Where did you learn guitar? Where did you grow up?
I grew up in a small town called Vinton, Iowa.
Vinton?
Vinton. And-
Classic, famous Vinton.
Vinton, and it's in Benton County, but you never enunciate it if you're from there, so it's like Vinton and Benton County. But I just taught myself. I would just listen to CDs and just like play a song I really liked over and over and over again, just like listen. And
Any in particular that stand out that you remember listening to?
I remember listening to Suzanne by Leonard Cohen like 100 times, and the bum 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 bum. When I finally figured that out, my mind like exploded.
And did you move on at all into like a more traditional lesson, or has it always just been a self-taught kind of thing?
I eventually started to teach myself tab so I could read guitar tabs.
Mhm.
And then one summer for like a week, I went to like a music camp, and I tried to learn how to read music, and I like an hour in, I just gave up, which is terrible. But
No.
guitar tabs, it's great.
Yeah. I love
Yeah.
guitar taps.
Yeah.
It gets the job done.
It does. It's
Easy.
like, why do more when you can do less?
Exactly.
So,
Exactly. Yeah. And if you have an ear like you do, you're all set with a guitar tab.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. And then you said you went to college and that's where you wrote Songbird. Where was college?
The University of Iowa in Iowa City.
Amazing. And what'd you go to school for?
French and international business. Well,
You're
originally
right.
French and teaching, and then international business. And now I don't use any of it. So
Interesting. Well, so then did you know even when you were going through your degree and going through school that you weren't going to use it?
no, I was pretty steadfast on that. But then the minute I performed a song that I had written myself, that's when I knew. Because I wrote the song and felt really good about it. But then when I played it at like an open mic, and I felt this connection with people that you can feel with the cover, but when you like write something yourself and then you like sing it for someone, it's just so much more, it's so intimate. And I really liked that moment of intimacy in a safe way with like people I knew and strangers, and now I'm here.
I know you're here. You're so right. I completely relate to that. I think it's also one of those things too that you get to a point then where when your originals take over, that your covers start to be more original as well in the way that you kind of approach them and perform them. And I don't know, at least that's how I feel.
Oh yeah. And also like people don't want to hear someone do a cover that sounds just like the original. Like they want to, I would say, or at least most people, like they want to hear like your version of it. Because if they want to just hear the cover, if they want the cover to sound like the original, just listen to the original, you know?
Totally. What would you say are some of the bigger hurdles that you faced on your path to sitting across from me here?
I think just the music industry. I think just like navigating it, especially as someone who, I'm from a town of less than 1,000 people. I don't really come from money. Like I also didn't really, it wasn't until I was like 22 until I wrote a song of my own. Just figuring out, how does it work? What should you do? What should you not do? How do you trust people? When do you know to not trust them? Navigating big and small decisions on my own sometimes. And just also like, I don't know about you, but like riding the waves of things feeling like they're going well. And then they don't. And then they do. And then they don't. And then there's a plateau and you're like, what am I even doing anymore?
Totally.
So just like riding that wave and like keeping it moving forward, I say is the biggest struggle. So basically the overarching being a musician is a struggle. But it's also the best
struggling
thing.
musician life. Can we get a rainbow in here?
Struggle.
Yeah.
But it's also the best. I don't know. I'm also so grateful to be doing it.
It's trying to like combat the complex that is the music industry while also wanting to be in it a little bit.
Yeah.
It's a very, at least I get really kind of like screwed up in my head about it. Cause like, I don't really like that establishment, but also if I was in it, I would enjoy it.
Yeah. It's like you're a bully in high school, but like the mean girl, like the Regina George, where like you do not want anything to do with her, but at the same time, you would love to sit at her lunch table.
Would love to. You're so right. You're so right.
Yeah.
I like really, really relate to you and how you're navigating things right now. I'm also from a very small town in Pennsylvania and didn't write songs till I was like a little bit past the like, I don't know, teeny bopper phase, right? And it's really, really tricky to navigate it all. It's very hard, especially when you see people constantly on both sides zooming past you and you're like, I'm doing the same work. So what am I doing wrong?
Yeah, and it also like finding the balance of not taking things personally. And like, other people's success has nothing to do with your success, but sometimes when you watch other people, slide in so easy, it can be very frustrating. So it's all just about like feeling your own feels, and just like moving on and like being happy for other people. And if you can't be happy for them, then just unfollow them. I don't know.
Unfollow, block, mute.
Yeah.
Maybe a nice like neutral mute.
A mute.
Yeah. What do we have to look forward to from Elizabeth Moen?
More touring, a new record eventually. On this tour I'm on now, I'm gonna do a lot of new songs that I want to put on the next record. Yeah.
And then tell me, what would 15-year-old you who's listening to Leonard Cohen on repeat, what would she think of where you are now?
She would think, wow, you got bangs. You said
And they
you'd
look
never
great.
do that. Yeah, you said you'd never get bangs. No, she'd be very, very proud and very happy.
I'm glad that you're in a place that you'd be happy about.
I think so, yeah.
Past life.
Thank you. Thank you for putting it in perspective like that.
I thought my headaches in the morning were coming from my bad dreaming. But my lover told me I'm just grinding my teeth while I've been deep sleeping. I thought my eyes were tied in the afternoon. The sun beaming. But I stopped crying for most of the time until some relief. How about that? I figured it out. I talk about it now sometimes. Oh, but what about? I thought my buzzing on the bedtimes wouldn't come back in the late evening. But when it does, I let myself go through all of those sweet feelings. How about that? I figured it out. I talk about it now sometimes. Oh, but what about? Thought my mind was out to get me much faster than my body. Well, my mind is faster than it thinks to run to where it doesn't need to be. Well, and when it comes back to the stillness of my heavy breathing, I kiss my lover, put him out, God, and get to sleep. Well, how about that?
Hey, stunning people, it's Beane. Make sure to check out the Salt Lick Sessions YouTube channel and subscribe.